Welcome back to Startup Street. Property title search engine platform Landeed has raised $5 million in a Series X funding round led by 10X Founders Fund. Other notable participants in the round include Oliver Young, Paradigm Shift, Pioneer Fund, Jeffrey Epstein, founder of Onboard, and Aaron King, founder of SnapDocs, among many others. Now, this funding is in continuation of Landeed's seed round in 2023. And to talk to us about the future roadmap at Landeed, joining us now is its co-founder and CEO, Sanjay Bandava. Also with me, my colleague Arundhati. Sanjay, welcome to Startup Street. First, tell us what this unconventional X round of funding means. Also, this and your earlier seed round were both oversubscribed with existing investors, along with new investors coming on board. What does this mean for you, and what is the current valuation of the company?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. So Series X was kind of a tongue-in-cheek to say that we don't want to keep on raising forever. I think the best outcome for all stakeholders is if we are able to go public as soon as possible. So at the end of our alphabets, there's a Z. So there's only X, Y, Z. It's kind of like a ticking time clock for my team to show them how far we are away from going public or IPOing. In which case, that's the best outcome for everyone involved, but also somewhat of thinking about how companies today are raising $100 million seed rounds and $200 million pre-seed rounds. So we just thought it was not a Series A, not exactly a seed. It was an investment in optionality, which is AI ML, which didn't have the same traction when we first started the company. So it's a free option to multiply our growth, hence the name Series X.
All right. Hi, Sanjay. Arundhati here. So how close are you to that IPO point?
We're quite some ways away, but we've grown quite fast. So that gives us a lot of optimism. So much of a startup's value is built into the future and not in the past. So it's important to have the right directionality and mindset towards what we're doing. I would say that we internally tell our team that the max we want to do is 3 to 5 years from now as IPO target.
Okay, max 3 to 5 years from now. If you could, sort of quickly tell us about Landeed. What is the pain point that the company solves for, and what are the offerings, and who is your target audience?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when we speak internally about the problem we're trying to solve, we talk about cutting the red tape, meaning cutting the bureaucracy and navigating that, which is particularly a big roadblocker when it comes to real estate, right? And when we think about how we want to solve it for real estate, we say, look, just like you have a blue tick mark next to your social media profile, we want the same blue tick mark next to properties in India to indicate that they're safe and their title is clean and they're ready for transaction. So our customers include property owners, agents, real estate developers, and legal professionals. So that means helping lawyers get the documents necessary to do a legal opinion, helping banks check the titles of a property so they can lend or give mortgages, helping NBFCs look at the property documentation for dispersals of, let's say, loan against property, and even just agents and brokers to help them pay property electricity bills.
Yeah, Sanjay, let's talk about the fundraise. This new funding lays the foundation for the development of Landeed Labs, a division dedicated to advancing the company's AI and ML learning capabilities. Elaborate on this and tell us what's in the works, any new offerings that are in the pipeline?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we first started this business, there was 2 ways to quickly verify titles and say that they're safe globally. One is state-backed titles, which is commonly referred to as conclusive titling. So in places like Australia, Singapore, the government verifies that the seller is actually the owner of the property prior to the purchase. So there's a single title deed. And in places like United States of America or UK, there's something called title insurance, where there's a third-party provider that says this title is clean and therefore a bank can lend. The AI ML aspect of it is very interesting. It now provides a third avenue to quickly verifying titles. So for instance, we launched what we call AI TSR, which means title search reports. So within a few minutes to a seconds, you quickly upload property documentation and it can tell you whether that property is clean or not in terms of title. So this helps you get to that blue tick mark faster and theoretically answer the question, why is it possible that you can buy a property today morning in New York City and sell it tomorrow evening, but it's not possible in India? So AI is a very important, tool and in our toolbox, and something that we think can speed up the diligence processing and therefore allow more people to participate in real estate, whether that's buying, selling, lending, whatever that may be.
Right. Absolutely. And if you could quickly tell us, we're running out of time. You're also looking to hire STEM and technical talent in the country. Is this hiring across multiple levels in the organization and across geographies as well?
Yeah, so we have our office in San Francisco, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. So we typically recruit for the Hyderabad office for the core positions. And yes, we only hire STEM majors for most of our positions. So typically we will not have a BBA or an MBA for our product positions even. The reason for that is we tend to think that there's better connect with our engineering team inside the company. And we have a very strong engineering culture here, and that's what we take pride in. So we hire wherever the best talent comes from. So we have people from the US, we have people from Singapore. I'll hire and I'll go wherever the best talent is and bring them to India to solve the problems for us.
All right, on that note, we'll have to wrap up our conversation. But Sanjay, many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best with all your growth plans.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. Stay tuned as more news and updates continue right here on CNBC TV18.